everyone, welcome you back in my geography class. Today we will continue with the chapter of agriculture of class 8. In our last video, we have explained primitive subsistence farming where we have discussed shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Today we will discuss with commercial farming. So let us know what do you mean by commercial farming. Now as we say commercial, so commercial farming involves production of crops and rearing of animals with the intention of selling the produce in the market to earn profit. So commercial farming is a method of farming which involves production of crops and rearing of animals with the intention of selling the produce, that is the crops and the animal produce in the market to earn profit. So commercial farming is a type of farming whose main aim is to earn more profit, or we can say to maximize profit. That means more profit it can make by selling the product in the market. Unlike the subsistence farming. In subsistence farming, the main aim of the farmers were to cultivate so that they can meet the needs of their family. So the aim of subsistence farming was to produce so that it can feed the farmer's family, whereas in commercial farming, the aim is to earn more profit. The commercial farming is practiced in the sparsely populated regions, unlike the subsistence farming, which are practiced in the densely populated regions. So these are practiced in the sparsely populated regions where there is no pressure on land. Here, the size of the land holdings are huge, or we can say large. So large blocks of land are used for cultivation. Here most of the work are done by the machines. So we can say that this type of farming is totally mechanized. In this type of farming, most advanced, efficient and recent technologies are used. So this type of farming is mostly mechanized and most advanced, efficient, recent technologies are used in this type of farming. Now let us move ahead with the other features of the commercial farming. Now commercial farming is also labor intensive. That means it employs a large number of labor. Mostly skilled and semi-skilled laborers are employed in this type of farming. Now, as we are saying, this type of farming is labor intensive. They are highly mechanized. Now, to buy the machines, to pay the wages to the labor, it needs capital. So, we can say that this type of farming is capital intensive. Or we can say that huge capital is invested in commercial farming. Now, with the use of capital, with the use of machines, with the use of labor, now a huge amount of capital is invested. A large number of labor are employed. All the works are done with the help of machines. The production is done on a large plot of land. Now, coming to the outcome. What will be the outcome? Like how much will be the production? Here, in this type of farming, it involves a large scale production. So we can say that production is extensive. That means there is huge production in this type of farming. Now, commercial farming involves three types of farming. Which are the three types of farming which are involved in commercial farming? They are commercial grain farming, mixed farming, and plantation farming. Now let us move ahead with commercial grain farming. Let us know the features of commercial grain farming. Commercial grain farming. Now here the farming is done for commercial purpose. Mainly crops, that is wheat and maize, are grown extensively for the commercial purpose. That means to sell in the market and to earn profit. This type of farming is mainly practiced in the temperate grasslands of North America, Europe, and Asia. Now, these regions are sparsely populated. With large farms which spread over hundreds of hectares. So this type of farming is done in the sparsely populated regions with large farms spreading over hundreds of hectares. Now in commercial grain farming, most of the work is done by whom? Most of the work is done with the help of the machines. Now, the commercial grain farming is practiced in the temperate grasslands of North America, Europe, and Asia. And here, severe winter restricts the growing season. And mainly due to this, only one crop can be grown. That means single crop mainly is grown in this type of farming. So commercial grain farming is done for commercial purpose. Main crops which are grown are wheat and maize, which are grown extensively for the commercial purpose. Mainly practiced in the temperate grasslands of North America, Europe, and Asia, which are sparsely populated with large farms spreading over hundreds of hectares. Most of the work is done with the help of machines. severe winter restricts the growing season. Mainly one crop can be grown in this type of farming, and this type of farming is also capital intensive. As we're talking about commercial farming, all the farming which are included in the commercial farming, they are all labor intensive, they are all capital intensive, same as a commercial grain farming. So commercial grain farming is also capital intensive and labor intensive. Now let us move ahead with mixed farming. Mixed farming. Mixed farming is another type of commercial farming. Here, land is used for growing crops. Along with growing crops, what is done? Rearing of livestock. So here, crops are grown and also livestock are reared. So this is called mixed farming. We can say that mixed farming is the combination of two independent agricultural enterprises on the same farm. That means combination of crop enterprise with dairy farming, or we can say crop cultivation along with livestock farming. So mixed farming is a combination of two independent agricultural enterprises on the same farm. We can say it is combination of crop enterprise with dairy farming. That is crop cultivation along with livestock rearing. Now in this type of farming, mainly crops like rice, wheat are grown along with fodder crops. That means the crops which are required to feed the livestock like barley and grass. So here main crops that are grown are rice, wheat along with fodder crops like barley and grass. This type of farming is also capital intensive. It also needs modern machines and technology so that all the work can be done, and it is also labor intensive. And they are practiced in large estates because both the work has to be done, growing of crops along with rearing of livestock. Now this type of farming is practiced in Europe, Eastern USA, Argentina, New Zealand, Southeast Australia, and South Africa. So mixed farming is practiced in Europe, Eastern USA, Argentina, New Zealand, Southeast Australia and South Africa. Now let us move ahead with the next type of commercial farming, that is plantation farming. Plantation farming or agriculture. Now plantation farming is another type of commercial farming. Now, plantation farming is the product of colonialism. Plantation farming was initiated in India by the Europeans during the colonial period. Now, what happened? Now, there was an increasing demand in the European market for food, spices, beverages, and fiber crops. Now, due to climatic constraints, these crops cannot be grown in Europe because these crops need tropical and subtropical climatic conditions. Now, it was found that in India, both climatic conditions which are required for the growth of these crops are available because India has a tropical and subtropical type of climate. So this initiated the plantation farming in India. Now, plantation farming which is done in India is done on large estates. So we can say that plantation crops are raised on large estates. Here, in this type of farming, modern, sophisticated, and scientific methods are used. Why? For large-scale production. Because the main aim of this farming is to produce in a large scale to export in the overseas market. So this type of farming is mainly done to produce in a large scale because these products have huge demand in the overseas market. Now this type of farming is labor intensive. So we can say that large number of cheap laborers are required along with skilled and semi-skilled laborers. Like for tea is a plantation crop. Now for tea, from plucking the leaves to pruning to processing it, we need a large number of labor. So we can say that plantation farming is labor intensive farming. Now let us move ahead with the other features of plantation farming. Now this type of farming also needs huge capital. So we can say it is capital intensive because huge capital is required for buying the machines, to paying the wages of the labor, for processing the materials. So it needs huge capital. The produce may be processed in the farm itself or in the nearby factories. Now the plantation farming is done in the sparsely populated regions away from the urban center. Now as this type of farming is done in the sparsely populated regions away from the urban centers, so the most important prerequisite, or we can say the most important thing that is required for the development of plantation farming is developed transportation network. If there will be no transportation network, then how the products will reach the urban centers, how the products will go to the factory, how they will reach the urban centers. So it needs highly developed transportation network. Now let us know which are the main crops that are grown in plantation farming. Tea, coffee, rubber, sugarcane, banana, and etc. Now, this type of farming is mainly practiced in the tropical regions like India and Sri Lanka is famous for its tea, Malaysia for rubber, and Brazil for sugarcane. So plantation farming is yet another type of commercial farming whose main aim is to produce at a large scale so that the production can be exported to the overseas market. So I hope you all understood the topics that we have covered in today's video. We have discussed about the commercial farming, where we have discussed the features of commercial farming. We have discussed about the commercial grain farming, about the mixed farming and the plantation farming. If you still have any problem, you can let me know by just a comment in the comment box given below. Let me know whether you are liking my videos or not by hitting the like button, and do subscribe my channel to watch more videos on different topics. Stay tuned, I will be back soon with a new video and a new topic. Till then, take care, stay safe and study well. Thank you.